Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's House. I'm the Little Reader, and you are in my house. I'm so delighted to have your beautiful soul here to bask in your energy. Today we have 3 remarkable crews. We are using a brand new deck, a gift, but never before used, which is the Masaru Emoto Water Crystal Oracle. If you've ever heard the tale of Masaru Emoto, he is a scientist who discovered that frozen water crystals reflect a different image depending on what emotions are projected at them and what music is played for them and what words are written and then placed near the water. So in a way, these crystals mirror the energy of the thing that is near them, which I find to be a fascinating concept, given that our bodies are, I believe, somewhere between 70 and 80% water. Incredible. So let's see what crews we have today, and we are then going to dive into the message of what Spirit would like you to stop doing. And in true Little Reader form, we are going to bust out some freestyle channeling at the appropriate point in the reading, whenever that proves to be. I've got a host of decks over to the side, and we're going to kind of pull something out from each of them, then look at the bigger picture, get a feel for the energy, and understand what it is that Spirit wants us to stop doing. In a way, a refreshing feeling, at least for me, because sometimes I feel overwhelmed by what my brain wants me to do. So to hear from Spirit that there's respite up ahead, it's like a big, deep exhale. And I love that. So starting with our beautiful white Howlite crew, we have this crystal, which was created by exposure to the pineal gland. So for this particular card, there was music played and then measured with a device associated with a certain area of the body. In this case, it's the pineal gland, which represents, if I remember correctly, and I don't, so I'm going to bust out the book. It represents for the pineal passion or lethargy. Interesting. So that is my beautiful white Howlite crew. Then for my Lapis Lazuli, absolutely gorgeous Lapis crew, here is your crystal. And we have, the brain. So similar family as the pineal here. Now for the brain, it is kindness and selfishness. And the Bohemian is the song, I believe, that was played. And for the pineal, it was Keys to My Heart. So fun facts there. So with pineal, we have passion and lethargy. With brain, we have kindness and selfishness. Let's see what my beautiful Agate crew, has in this crystal here. Take a look at that. And let's see. Spring. So one of these things is not like the others. We have 2 in this healing category, and then one of the elements, earth element, with spring. So take a moment, beautiful soul, to select your crew, and then let's go down the long and winding road to a quantum shift and a co-creation with Spirit. Hello, my beautiful white Howlite crew. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get cozy, cover yourself with a warm blanket, and let's get to pulling. I've got these pre-shuffled oracle decks off to the side, and we're kind of going to feel around and take the top card. After all of that, I was like, I wanna get in there, but no, the top card called out, so top card it is. Then we've got the beautiful Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle and Tarot deck, a favorite of mine. Let's see who wants to come out. I'm feeling bottom of the deck. So we'll pop. And I'm kind of seeing a green theme here, which I love. Green, green, green. With some blue. Then we've got an affirmation or a mantra whichever you prefer to call it. And I'm feeling this top card, Celebrating Simplicity. And then finally, we have your tarot. So I'm going to save the tarot for once we've taken a peek at your oracles to sort of do an energy check, see if you're resonating with the energy that's here, and then we'll explore and see what Spirit wants you to stop doing. So starting with this beautiful card, Failure. Is it all wrong? What did you learn? What can be salvaged? What do you want to do instead? There's no one clean process. It can get messy. Oh, that's beautiful. Next we have Hisabi, accountability, major arcana energy here. This is the traditionally represented as the strength card in tarot, but as Hisabi in this oracle deck, it is all about strength of inner character as well as strength in dealing with, wow, external circumstances. Are you alive, little card? You're quite literally leaping out of my hand. Spirit is excited today. No, Spirit is excited every day. I love that about Spirit. And then we have Celebrating Simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Ooh, so getting started with what does Spirit want us to stop doing, my beautiful white Howlite crew? Being so hard on ourselves, first and foremost. If something fell apart and there was a failure here, I feel like there was an attempted action or there's been attempted sustained energy at some objective. And for many, many of the beautiful souls watching, I can feel that that is creative. I've got a creatives group here with the pineal gland, an intuitive group, a creative group who wants to produce art, who wants to affect meaningful change in this world, who wants to inspire, who wants to have content or a product that helps people become the best version of themselves. And the strength that's been required to sustain this effort or to motivate this most recent action that you took in the direction has felt, my beautiful white Howlite crew, like a failure. And if that's the case, let me just hold you for a second right there and remind you that above all else, you are so worthy and deserving of love. Doesn't matter what you produce, doesn't matter what you create, doesn't matter if that's successful or not successful. Spirit always has your back, always loves you, always supports you, and always believes that you are worthy of all things, all that you desire. And Spirit is saying, please let my beautiful white Howlite crew know that they're already doing the work that I need them to do simply by existing, simply by being themselves. So for you, my beautiful white Howlite crew, the first thing that Spirit wants you to do is stop trying to be worthy. Stop trying to be worthy, because you are so worthy. And here we see this emphasis on simplicity. Celebrating, as a matter of fact, simplicity. If you have been juggling, this gives almost a Two of Pentacles energy. If you've been juggling or multitasking all kinds of things, Spirit is saying, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, because you're already so worthy of love. And I don't mean just worthy like as a general concept. No, beautiful white Howlite crew. I mean worthy as in radically, divinely, excitedly, perfectly worthy of love. Whether you do absolutely nothing for the rest of your days, if you kick your feet up, there's a card in this deck called Laziness. And if you kick up your feet, it's the Nine of Cups actually, and choose to just be quote unquote lazy for the rest of your days, Spirit's saying, oh yeah, you're still 100% worthy, and we still celebrate and adore you. So if you've been feeling unworthy or like a failure, or like you're running out of strength, or like there's too much going on, guess what? Chicken butt, and also you're going to be okay. and you're doing perfectly fine. Wonderfully, actually. Incredibly. So let's see what your tarot has to say to give more context to what Spirit would like you to stop doing. We'll tell a little story. We'll get some insights. Then we'll hit the free channeling and send you on your way to relax, my beautiful white Howlite crew. To relax and mellow. And, oops, one more wants to come. Where will we fit you? To relax and mellow and enjoy the perfection that is you. When is the last time you heard that you're perfect? Okay, I guess we're starting the free channeling now. Yeah, because this is about to come out of me. Here we go. When was the last time, my beautiful white Howlite crew, that you heard that you were perfect? The perfection that you have been taught to believe in does not exist in the way that you think it does. Carefully curated hedges, carefully brushed eyebrows, perfect prominent features, perpetual youth, perpetual spring, perpetual summer, perpetual sunshine. Perfect has become idealized and romanticized into something that we, Spirit, find to be very ugly indeed, because it does not celebrate the whole. And what we, Spirit, find to be perfect is wholeness. And what you are, beautiful soul, who is listening right here and right now, are whole. You are whole in every facet. You experience disappointment and you experience tears. You experience lows and wrinkles and scars and heaviness and excess. You experience anger and rage and frustration. You experience numbness. You experience nothingness. And we love and honor all of those states of being because we as spirits see you as perfection for it. And we as spirit recognize that there will be a contrast for every single emotion and state of being, even if it is unproductive and unattractive and absolutely flatlined in your human opinion. We as spirit see it to be divine and profound and perfect. Perfect. Simply by existing, we bow. Simply by existing, we applaud. Simply by existing, we flow and honor and protect and worship you. So we as spirit want you to know that you are worthy without having to do a thing. So that, my beautiful white Howlite crew, is for you. Let's see the story. Let's see now what spirit wants you to stop doing to go along with that. I'm already getting, more than hints, this idea of no more rushing and no more trying to produce or do if it's not inspired and if it's not coming from a place of joy. But we have projections, the Seven of Cups. We have Thunderbolt, which is the Tower in this deck. We have Going with the Flow. That's the Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, we have the Two of Cups, Friendliness. We have Postponement. That is the Four of Swords, traditionally speaking. And we have Ordinariness, one of my favorite cards from this deck. This is the Eight of Pentacles, traditionally speaking. Oh my goodness, but look into that scene. This, my beautiful Howlite crew, is where you're meant to be. See, out there with the trees. In fact, the first thing I see here is all this nature. So if we're just riffing, we've got trees, and we've got a nature scene, and another nature scene. A lot of water here. So what Spirit wants you to stop doing my beautiful white Howlite crew, is to relieve yourself from the feeling that you have to make it all happen. There are situation or situations, plural, that you have been attempting to make happen, and outcomes for people that you love, especially, who you want to make happy and see grow and be supported and evolve. And they've kind of refused your offering. They've sort of shut down. So it's caused you to work even harder. And what's happening now is this moment where you, my beautiful white Howlite crew, have realized, I can't do it all. I can't be all things for everyone. Here we see with simplicity this need to relax and take things slowly. And here with the tower, or the thunderbolt, it seems like there was an aggressive screeching halt to these projects and these relationships and the giving. It's like the giving came to a halt. It's just no longer being received. Someone either shut you down, or a project can't get published, or won't pick up traction, or you can't seem to find yourself completing it to begin with. And Spirit says, set yourself free from thinking that you've got to do it all, my beautiful white Howlite crew. You do not have to do it all. In fact, you don't have to do a dang thing right now, except go with the flow. Here we see going with the flow in reverse, because that's the energy that's kind of stopped up at this point in time. And it may not even be you going with the flow. It may be allowing others to go with the flow. Here with the Seven of Cups and the projections card, I see that your heart is so deeply attached and so deeply, I'm hearing the word enmeshed, like intertwined, part of the hearts of others that you know and love. And your incredible intentions to help them, to motivate them, to heal them, are being stymied. And these people that you love, you may not have even met yet. If you're a creator, this may be the world at large, and you're saying, yeah, I'm out here trying to help the world at large and give them what they need. And Spirit is saying, thank you. Thank you so much. The first way you're going to be able to help is by giving you what you need. And right now, that's some rest and some ordinariness. I don't know why that came out like that. Some ordinariness, some strolling through a field, walking, getting out in nature. This reminds me of one of our last readings for our inner child work. There was a crew. What was the crew? I know that their letter was like folded like a football, I believe. And I believe there was an emphasis on nature. That's what I'm trying to get at. And there may be some messages for you there, but here with the nature that we're seeing and Spirit's request for you to take it slow and take it easy, it is time for you to put the project on hold, set it aside, limit by maybe a lot the amount of projects and things that you're juggling. I'm hearing that for some of you, it could even be self-improvement things, like you've got yoga class and spin class, and you've got a therapy appointment on that same day, but you also have nutritional counseling on Fridays, and then there's family counseling on Sunday, and then every other day of the week you have work, and that's the only time you have to create your creative projects. There's a term called triage when it comes to emergency medical care. And the concept is that the individuals who are about to die, and I mean that literally, who are in the most dire conditions are attended to first. And those who are in much less life-threatening conditions are attended to later. I'm sensing that here a little triage could be extremely helpful for helping to navigate your priorities. Wherever you feel your cup is empty and it needs to be filled, those are the tasks that have bumped up on the priority list. And wherever you feel that your cup is brimming or full, or that somebody else's well-being is involved, those drop way to the bottom of the priority list, especially when it comes to others, because others have access to the same divine source that you do, unless, of course, they are infants or individuals who cannot care for themselves. But adults have access to the very same spiritual resources that you do, which is source. There is something greater in control, and that thing is going to handle them in the best possible way. Now, I am being moved to pull from the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck to see what blessings await you as you make this quantum shift, as you make this leap. Oop, and 2 are coming out here. And allow Spirit to handle all the things. Letting Spirit handle all the things, what blessings await you. Idagio Karma, that's the Judgment card. Balance. Oh, I love this. And underneath balance is chaos. So we can see an end to chaos and a restoration of beautiful divine balance. Higher perception and passion. Now, it wasn't for the pineal gland. Oh, hello. It's like in my face and I never saw it. I believe in the book, pineal gland was passion versus lethargy. So Spirit is saying, you've been operating out of an empty cup, my beautiful white Howlite crew. And when you rest and you take your time and you literally go into this 4 of Swords mode, postponement, and put everything on your priority list that's not a priority for your own personal well-being way down, postpone it or cancel it, you're going to get your passion restored. That's incredible. And then this is the Hanged Man card. Quadamarwa, initiation. And I love that they've named it initiation in this deck, because the Hanged Man is a sacred pause from Spirit. And the sooner we accept and allow that sacred pause, the sooner we can just take a chill pill, look at our reality very objectively, take complete ownership for it, and then level up. And it is always, always, always an initiation to the next version of ourselves. And that next version of ourselves is always, always, always more powerful, not in the sense that it can control and produce more. I caught you with that productivity mindset there, didn't I? But more powerful in the sense that it can be more at peace. And a result of that peace, everything flows abundantly. It is truly a gift. So my beautiful white Howlite crew, we got your channeling, we got your message, we got your assignment. What Spirit would like you to stop doing is doing so much and acting out of an empty cup simply to attempt to make things happen. Spirit is saying, no, 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 I got it, I got it. What Spirit would like you to start doing is resting, prioritizing yourself, and understanding that you are worthy. And above all things, you deserve love, 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 exactly as you are. That is your message for today, my beautiful white Howlite crew. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I wish there were a love button, but I feel the love anyway when you give it a like. Comment how it resonated, or did we say... I'm trying to think of a word. Did we say a word that I didn't know? If there were any questions that I raised, please feel free to comment them down below. I'd appreciate that. And then finally, subscribe so that you always have a key to the Little Reader's house. You can come back and hear more about what Spirit is breaking down the door, trying to share with us, because Spirit's got a lot to say, and all we've got to do is listen. I love you so much, each and every one of you beautiful souls. Until next time, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Lapis Lazuli crew. How are you doing? I almost said crowd. Are you a crowd? Are there many people watching right now? Are you with somebody else? Let me know if you are. But my beautiful crew, look at you. I've always been a fan of this lapis. I love the gold, or I believe it's pyrite that's in there, mixed with the blue colors, is just giving absolutely elegant vibes. absolutely elegant. So thank you for that, for bringing your elegant energy right into my space. It is a gift to have you in my house. You've chosen this gorgeous crystal, which is for the brain. It has to do with kindness. And before I say another word, I want to check back into the book again and look at the key words, the key areas or emotions that this is meant to be related to, which is kindness and selfishness. So we're going to see what Spirit would like you to stop doing. My beautiful Lapis crew, I've set you right over here. I'm going to set your main card over as well, theme. And then we are going to pull some oracles. Now we've pre-shuffled this deck. It's the beautiful Creative's Compass. I want to make sure it's upright. Oop, it's upright. And I want to see what card calls. It's you right here. Oh, it's you too. These two cards call for your attention. I love that. Okay, don't make me do it. This one does too. I don't know why I resist. It's not like we don't have plenty of space. I think my brain just likes to have a plan, and when things go against the plan... Oh my goodness, you're the brain card. Am I channeling you right now, my beautiful Lapis crew? When things go against the plan, does your brain get kind of stymied too? Or maybe we're just alike, you and I. Maybe this is my pile. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this crew. I already shuffled, but I'm shuffling again. We will take you. And that is from the beautiful Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. And then, of course, we want our mantra. So what mantra is there? Okay, I'm feeling these two. Welcoming surrender and anchoring the light. I should have known the surrender theme because the way the cards are coming up are already challenging me to surrender. So let's do a little energy check, my beautiful Lapis Lazuli, and see what messages Spirit has right off the bat and how you're vibrating out here in these third dimensional streets. Starting with this one. Ooh, creative voice. Your instrument may hit some false notes, but with practice, you will truly sing. Oh my goodness. I don't know why that gave me chills. But we don't question these things. Darkness. Do not be afraid of the dark. Your eyes will adjust. That is so funny, my beautiful Lapis crew, because when I was setting up the look or the aesthetic for today's reading, I was feeling dark. And when I opened the box of this Creative Compass, this card came flying out because I remember looking at my camera and thinking, is this too dark? And then this card came out which says, do not be afraid of the dark, your eyes will adjust. And to be quite honest, I'm enjoying this shadowy yin setting. It is giving me life. So we're vibing, you and I. And just by the way, you cute thing, has anyone told you today that above all, you're worthy of love? So worthy, so beautiful, so radiant? If not, there you go. That's the fact. Whoa, creative recognition. Acclaim. The pat on the shoulder and the shiny things are significant, but they don't affect the truth of your work. You are not defined by these. You create because you are a creative. Love that. Absolutely love that. Let's see here. Whoa. Animal energy. Channel. Look at the imagery on this. Somebody is petting a tiger in a sort of jungle. We've got a turtle. We've got either a heron or a stork. We've got a koala. We've got a rabbit. We've got a cat, a little cub right there, a little baby cub. We've got, oh, that could be a falcon, an eagle, a pigeon. We've got a snake, butterflies, some unidentifiable animals, perhaps a donkey back there, maybe a duck's body. The richness of the energy of this card, and one of the reasons I love this deck, is because I tend to get a little high just by being around it. It's got such a powerful plant medicine energy, this deck, and this card is a perfect specimen to represent the intensity. Oh, did I say rabbit? Rabbit. of this deck. It's just stunning. This animal energy is about healing. It's about presence. It's about diversity. But mostly it's about wisdom and accepting the wisdom of nature, accepting the wisdom of spirit, and trusting in the truth that as things are, they represent divine perfection. That was kind of a theme in my white Howlite crew. So if you felt drawn over there, you may, if the words divine perfection will kind of get you excited, you may like that room. Welcoming surrender. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. Love it. Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. I love that. And another thing about this card, before we go anywhere else, the funny thing is I believe that our brains want to look at this human being and be like, oh, it's a human being amongst the animals. Now, I don't know why my brain is British. That was what that was supposed to be. But this kind of is a standout for a second. But then when I look back at this card, I realize, no, little reader. They're all animals. They're all divine nature. They're all divine perfection, each and every single one. Yeah, they may function differently. They may not all be members of the same group like mammals, but they're all divinely and perfectly made. So the theme that I'm seeing here, my beautiful Lapis crew, is that we've got a brain trying to walk the line between kindness and selfishness. We've got a feeling of navigating in the dark, looking for your authentic voice, to speak your truth, to be known, to be seen. You're ready to be seen for what you are. And I think right now the path is looking a little hazy. You're like, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going next. I know that I need to take care of myself. I know that on this spiritual journey, self-love and spending time in perhaps meditation or grounded or in nature or with animals may be significant to me. But I don't know exactly what to do. And the first thing that I see Spirit saying to you, my beautiful Lapis Lazuli crew, do nothing. Do nothing. And that starts in the mind. I know, brain is not mind. But as far as science knows right now, brain do reflect a lot of what mind does. So one area where Spirit might ask you to stop is in thinking about what the next step is. Thinking about how to proceed. Thinking about how to get recognition. Thinking about how to get your voice out. There is no problem, only destiny being revealed. If things are slow or it's looking dark, that is by design. Because the light is always within me. See, here we have darkness. And here we have the light is always within me. Okay, more chills? More chills. If chills are for sale, I bought the value pack. Don't be afraid of the darkness because the light is always within me. Let's look at your tarot. Now, today we're using the Thoth tarot. Don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. I don't know too much about this deck, and I've never used it for a general reading. And I believe I only used it once for a private reading. So let's get the guidebook just in case. Got it. Spirit, show us what you want my beautiful Lapis Lazuli crew to see about what you want them to stop. And like we've got this really interesting setup going on here. Interesting layout, yes. So let's make a little bit of room. Oh, kind of have more room than I thought. There it is, my brain again with the thought. See, in your crew, my beautiful Lapis, thoughts are really standing out to me, my own mental patterns. So Spirit is saying, watch those. Watch your mental patterns and watch how they're causing the problems. Not what actually reality is in front of you right now. It's the way you're thinking about what's in front of you right now. So let's uncover some magic. Well, first, we have a card that explains the Thoth Tarot. So let's just read it because it's not a tarot card, but it showed up. Let's see if this one's, nope, it's actually a tarot card. Okay. So, Ordo Templi Orientis. Okay, that must be Latin. The tarot is a pictorial representation of the forces of nature, as conceived by the ancients according to a conventional symbolism. At first sight, one would suppose this arrangement to be arbitrary, but it is not. It is necessitated by the structure of the universe, and in particular of the solar system as symbolized by the Holy Kabbalah. Aleister Crowley. I've heard of that dude. Ordo Templi Orientis International Headquarters. This is so funny to me because I thought I'd taken this out of the deck. I strive to take this out of every deck and set it in its own special home. But I made it known that I didn't know much about this deck and had hardly used it. And then voila, it reappeared in our reading. So if that isn't a sign, my beautiful Lapis crew, that our brain may think there's a problem, but Spirit's going to solve that, beep, redacted, ish, Spirit will solve whatever problem we think we have, then I don't know what else to say. Now we're going to set this out of the deck for real. And if it ever pops up again, I'll come back here and comment on the video because that would just be pretty supernatural, although not so surprising. So we've got the Princess of Wands here first. Beautiful, beautiful body, which I'm seeing has some nudity on it, which I'm not sure is fully allowed, with this tiger. Now, where did I see a tiger before? Tiger with its tail around the neck here. Don't worry, we're going to cover that. And a tiger right here. Look at that. We've got some serious tiger symbolism. We're going to pull the tiger card out of my spirit animal deck and get some more insights to the tiger soon. Next, we've got another card that I don't think is meant to be used for readings. And we're going to leave that right there. Next, we've got Swiftness Wands. This is Eight of Wands. Yes, this is speed. This is all about rapid movement. We've got the Moon in reverse. Beautiful. And we've got Oppression, which is the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this strikes me as both a foreshadowing and an advice from Spirit, my beautiful Lapis crew, who is covering the butt. I appreciate that so much. I usually like to pick you up, hold you close to the camera, but you are doing me a solid right now and protecting YouTube from the nudity. Much appreciated. So a couple of things going on here. First of all, the creator of this deck has immensely powerful energy. I'm guessing that's Aleister Crowley. And that lets me know that you also have incredibly powerful energy. Very fiery, very full of passion, very ready. You are so ready to be seen. You're a powerful being, my beautiful Lapis crew, and you're ready to go forth, be seen, make your mark, make a difference, and really bust some shadows out here in the universe. I wouldn't be surprised if you have your own psychic practice, your own meditation, your own experience in the fifth dimension. My goodness, if we talk extra dimensional beings and some of the other things that I love, I'm certain you and I could have an incredible conversation about that. And Spirit is saying, we love that. We absolutely love your passion, your verve, your zeal, your energy, your speed. And we know that your desire to reveal both yourself and be seen by yourself and expose and come out of the darkness, we know that that desire is pressing on you. Oh, it's pressing heavily. Here we have the moon in reverse, which is all about bringing things out of the dark. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is about releasing the burden. So Spirit is saying here, look, our beloved Princess of Wands, and now you are linked with this card, my beautiful Lapis crew, because your crystal has to hold there for a little bit. But I think that's quite symbolic. We see your energy, we see your tiger just waiting to come out and roar and be seen. And we want you to sit with it. And we want you to be with the passion. Whoop. Be with the passion, be with the tiger. We want you to be with the inaction, be with the moment of waiting. And understand that speed and swiftness is one breath away, is what I'm hearing. One breath away. So if you have a breath work practice, continue that. If you tend to hold your breath, it might be time to pick up a breath work practice, because there's something that's being clenched inside of you that you're waiting for it to be discovered or mined. Like when we hear these stories of famous people walking down the street and then they get quote unquote discovered. And you're waiting for that moment, like, discover me, see me. I have so much to give, so much to offer. I'm ready. I'm ready to come out of the dark, to shine my light. And Spirit's saying, good. Sit with that. Sit with that. I'm hearing, because you'll be ready now when we say that you're ready. You think you're ready, but there's a little bit more to come. Now, this card, again, not supposed to be read, I don't think. So we're going to get a substitute card for it. And we'll pull it from, these two right here. Oh, 2 cards. Just as we took 2 away, we added 2 back in. Then we're going to do our free channeling. Sorrow, 3 of Swords. Wealth, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So what is this saying here, Spirit? You've lost something, my beautiful Lapis crew. And that loss stunted you for a while. Maybe it was a breakup. Maybe it was a death, in which case I'm so sorry for your loss in both cases. The grief of losing something that you had invested time and energy into is making you wonder, is it ever going to be my time again? This tiger that's inside of me, it's been healing, it's been brewing, it's been in its cocoon, if you will. Is that ever going to be put to use? And here's what Spirit has to say. Your tiger is put to use every day. Every day that you choose to wake up is a day that you bring your best, your boldest, your fiercest. The anger and pain and resentment that you may feel from your grief, from your loss, from the period of stagnation that you feel you've been in. You've had some wins, but they never quite peak right where you want them to, and they're never sustained quite as long as you wish they were. And that is not an accident. That has been building your tiger. This tiger that you have inside of you, you can trust to protect you. If you validate and you see your own strength, your own resilience, your own power, your own bold, fierce warrior nature, then you have done the work that we ask of you. So if you're sitting here today and knowing that you're a powerful being, or even suspecting that you are, or even asking, what would it feel like to be a powerful being? Then you are right where we want you, beautiful soul. Because we know that you're yearning to align with your purpose, for everything to click into place, for you to fall in to the perfect structure that you've always been waiting for. We know that you feel like you've been out of step for a while, but we want you to step to a new tune, dance to a new rhythm. We want you to dance to the rhythm of nature. We want you to share what you've discovered about the dark place where you've been. And at first that might not be pretty, and at first that might not be cute, but we want you to converse about it. We want you to open your heart boldly. We want you to understand that you will be protected and that you don't have to worry about making the same mistake again. You're not the same person that you were when you made that mistake. Instead, your job is to do the simplest thing. Get up. Wake up in the morning. Put your slippers on. Get around the house. Get outside. Talk to a neighbor. Talk to a friend. Be vulnerable. And as you share from your heart, the powerful tiger within is going to take over in the healthiest, gentlest, kindest way. You've tamed it. You don't have to be afraid of it. And the last remnants of pain will transform into a capacity for love that you never even knew that you had. And when that happens, the reality around you is going to transform into the reality you've always known that you've deserved, because you do. It's right here for you, beautiful soul. So trust yourself, congratulate yourself, and know yourself, because we see and honor you as a powerful being indeed. We're going to hide that one. But my beautiful Lapis Lazuli, you're held and loved. Not just by me, but by our community, by Source itself. And I can't wait to see what you do when you allow yourself to be exactly as you are. Let's see what's in store for you. We'll pull a few more cards. We'll probably pull all the cards that aren't supposed to be used in the deck. But what is in store for my beautiful Lapis crew? As a result of this quantum shift, Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, my beautiful Lapis crew. Luxury, oh my goodness, Four of Cups. The way it's presented here, completely different energy than our standard Four of Cups card. Here we see abundance. It reminds me of this Ten of Pentacles, in which you thought you lost something dear. Yes, you did lose something dear, but it will be replaced by something dear. Something that's deeply emotionally fulfilling. Ace of Discs. That would be the Ace of Pentacles. This is 11. I believe this is supposed to be the Devil card with lust, but let's double check. I know some things have been flipped around in this deck, and I so appreciate your patience in bearing with me as we go on the adventure of the Thoth Tarot, because it's been a wild one, as you've seen. So, hit me with that Trump section. Oh no, this is not the Devil. Not at all. In fact, somebody drop it in the comments. I know you will, although I'm going to run and look it up afterwards. I feel like 11 is usually the Justice card. But my memory with numbers tends to be very small. This lust actually represents something beautiful, especially paired with this Ace of Discs. And if you lost, my beautiful, beautiful Lapis crew, a romantic connection or the hope of a love, or you've been through a divorce or a breakup, or even the death of a loved one, this card is meant to represent courage, strength, energy, the control of life force, and a great love affair. And I see that it's what was thought was lost will be reestablished. It could even in some instances be with the same individual with whom we thought it was lost. That will apply to a few. For others, it will not. Don't attach to it. Use the reading to set yourself free, in the knowledge that without having to do anything other than let your power develop and sit in your own tigerness, you will manifest this abundant, beautiful, emotional connection that is passionate and kind. And it doesn't have to be with just one person. You've been wanting, my beautiful Lapis crew, to be seen as you are, to be seen as powerful, and to see yourself as powerful and meaningful, and as somebody who has something to offer, a case of identity, desiring to be fulfilled. And Spirit is saying, yes, you are going to get that. You are going to get the emotional fulfillment. You are going to be seen and validated. You are going to be chosen. That's what I see with this victorious Four of Cups card, is what's normally in standard tarot depictions, a cup being turned away. In this instance, it's luxury. It's you being chosen. It's the antithesis of that. It's you being selected and known and loved and seen. And what you thought you couldn't have before, a meaningful investment or a love or a community that sees and selects you, you will have. And it's simply a matter of not trying to become someone you're not, to be someone you're not using the brain over the heart, but instead tapping into your own kindness, tapping into your own love, being with the tiger, which I believe represents some pain as well. It's like strength born of pain. Understanding that you have tamed it. The pain is not to worry about anymore. You've healed, my beautiful Lapis Lazuli crew. And as a result, you're receiving abundantly so much that you desire. Absolutely incredible. I cannot wait for you to experience this energy. It is truly transformative, and I know that it's coming to you now. So I will send you forth to keep being powerful you, my beautiful Lapis crew. If you liked this reading, please leave a like. Please leave a comment if it resonated and you'd like to share your story, because every single story reminds me that this is a co-creation, not just a girl with a camera and cards, but a soul connecting to other souls who have meaningful stories and meaningful lives and meaningful gifts that we all share with one another every day. And if you would like a key to the Little Reader's house, then subscribe. And that way, especially if you click the notification bell, you can always know when there's going to be another reading, when Spirit has a message. If you resonate with the vibe, you might find a lot of value in what's to come. So I'm sending you so much love, my beautiful Lapis crew. And until we meet again, which I hope is soon, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Agate crew, and welcome to your reading on what Spirit would like you to stop doing. Let's take a look at beautiful you. Love Agate. Mysterious yet grounding. That is how I sense your energy to be. And given that you selected spring, now we're right in the middle of summer as of the filming and posting of this video. But given that you selected spring, I'm already sensing with this mystery that you are on the verge of producing something, creating something, sharing something that comes out of the overflow of your cup. So I cannot wait to see what Spirit has to say to you, my beautiful Agate crew. Let's plop you down and get started with the Creative's Compass. Already shuffled. We're going to see which card speaks to us. It is you, and it is you right off the top. Amazing. Next, we'll look at our mantra, or mantras, because it's been getting wild up in here, Agate Crew, I'm telling you. The structure that we'd established in the beginning. Okay, we're doing resolving anger, and we're doing healing heartbreak. The structure we had established in the beginning kind of got thrown out the window, and it's happening again now. But what the little reader has learned, just today as a matter of fact, is that rules were made to be broken, sometimes. Oh, yes, of course, the Metaphysical Cannabis and Tarot deck. Let's go with one off the top. And you. Amazing. Okay, and then to sort of energy check the situation, we're going to look at these, and then we'll bring out Zeke's Arcana, one of my favorite tarot decks of all time. And we'll get into the nitty-gritty. We're also going to do some free channeling at whatever point Spirit decides Spirit would like to speak through you, girl. So stay tuned for that. But let's see what our energetic theme is. We have cords. Unfulfilled desires, people you admire, what you think you should do. Like your hair, some things need a regular trim. Ooh, cords. Fascinating. Magician. Your talents are not limited. Your creativity is your superpower. Express individuality. Oh, mama, it's getting spicy. Okay, I wrote that just for you, by the way. Copyright pending. Resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Ooh. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do all of us a favor and not break out in Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On, but I cannot tell you, my beautiful Agate Crew, how tempted I am to do that. And while I have you here, and speaking of My Love Will Go On, did you know that above all else, you are absolutely worthy of love? So deserving of love. So much love. More and not less. More and more, infinitely more, until all you can feel is love and bliss and how supported and adored you are by Spirit. So, yeah, just a little something for you to keep in mind. Keep in heart. Now we've got intergalactic mastery. Confirmation. That is giving me huge magician vibes, so we're going to place that right there. And Iku, transformation. Okay, so I'm trying to remember, because I believe this is a major arcana equivalent, which major arcana card, but it's not coming to me. So we'll bust out the incredible guidebook and take a look. Take a look. It's in the book. Reading Rainbow. Yeah, you can't really escape this singing around here. So we've got the Hanged Man. What are you the equivalent of? Right before Temperance. Oh, is this the Death card? It looks so beautiful. Of course it is, for transformation. It's got to be the Death card. Yes, Iku rides in and clears away the old to make space for a new vibration to come in. Without Iku, the cycle would never be complete. Iku is death in the Yoruba tradition, but death is not the end. Wow, okay. So the thing about this is I don't get heavy death vibes at all. To me, this is like post-death. I feel that traditionally in tarot, we see death depicted in this way that is kind of dark. And yes, I do understand that there's a dark horse here, but it's actually quite purple, and the wings are quite purple, and it's quite triumphant, and this aquamarine flag is pretty much giving, oh my goodness, I can't. I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like Barbie and Oppenheimer vibes. And look, it's like Oppenheimer is the horse, Barbie is the pink in the background, and then I'm getting for I've become death, destroyer of worlds, but in like a very lighthearted Barbie way. And I can't help but notice how social references always come up in readings. It doesn't matter who's reading, it just like always seems to happen, and I love that. So we're just gonna run with that. Thanks for your patience there, my beautiful Agate Crew. If you don't know what Barbie and Oppenheimer is, or that's long over, the Barbenheimer, the two movies got released on the same weekend, and they're a couple of movies to do the most marketing since like pre-COVID time. So quite a story, quite a time, and somehow that has something to do with you. So we're putting this down and understanding that the big energy that I'm getting right off the bat with you, my beautiful Agate Crew, is that two things become one. We're cutting cords and letting something go while also stepping into our power. This transformation and this confirmation are all about basically stepping through the doorway into your new self and becoming your new self. There's some conflict here, but I don't think the conflict is external. I don't feel you fighting with anyone, my beautiful Agate Crew. I don't feel you going to war with anyone other than the last remaining vestiges of who you used to be with who you have become. And there's a call for hope here. We see it in the spring, and we also see it in My Heart Will Love Again. And interestingly, I got a couple of movie references with you. We got the Barbie and Oppenheimer reference, but we also got a Titanic reference. Now, what happens in Titanic? Well, it's only one of my favorite movies of all time, so let me plop you down and I'll share. I think most of us probably understand what happened with Titanic if we've heard the story. Large ship went down. In the film, you may be familiar with that, another blockbuster. Blockbuster, blockbuster, blockbuster. I think you are busting through blocks, and you're also a pretty big deal, whoever you are. You're probably famous, and that's amazing. Feel free to comment it down below if you're trying to keep it low key. You can just drop into, I was going to say my DMs, but that's not a thing on YouTube. Anyway, I also feel like you might be a comedian because I'm feeling very funny, even though that's probably not the objective reality. It's how I feel. I think you are probably very funny. With Titanic, beautiful love story. Jack and Rose, love. Jack dies, spoiler alert. Rose does not, spoiler alert. And yet does find love again. And we see it throughout the film. We actually start with Rose being a older woman, and we can see because she's with her granddaughter that not only did she find love again, she went on to have a whole legacy. And it's quite beautiful, quite beautiful, and everything comes full circle. So for you, my beautiful Agate Crew, you are mourning a loss of your former self, perhaps a loss of some relationships or people in your life, connections that once felt very close but don't anymore simply because of who you have become. You are obviously busting through blocks, and I say that because we've got 3 blockbuster film references here, and you may be a comedian, a film star, a like major YouTuber, an author, just something big. And if that's not you now, that's what you're well on your way to becoming. Very cool. So with the cords, Spirit would like you to stop holding on. The first thing Spirit wants to say is, let it go, let it go. Stop holding on to old, beep, redacted. Something that rhymes with split. Stop holding on to old things. Release. Set yourself free. Because you're the magician, and it's time to understand that, gosh, for some of you, like you're coming into your own property. I have no idea what that means intellectually, but what I'm channeling is you're coming into the ownership of your own creative works. You're coming into the ownership, maybe quite literally for some, of like your own projects that were formerly owned by a publisher or a record label. That's giving Taylor Swift right there. You are, actually I know quite a few artists have had issues with ownership and record labels. In any case, If you're not literally coming into ownership of former creative projects, you are coming into ownership of your own creative powers. And that's what we see here with this intergalactic mastery and confirmation. You've been doing so much work and growth and development and been so relentless with your self-exploration and self-awareness that you have leveled up into a dimension that most of us are still on our way to, which is amazing because we need leaders. And leaders are chosen by spirit, not by man. Well, let me rephrase that. Some leaders are chosen by man, but they're not, and when I say man, I mean humankind, the human species. But the leaders that raise our consciousness to a high degree with ease and kindness and love, those leaders are typically chosen by spirit. Although now I'm hearing that all leaders are chosen by spirit. So I'm going to let spirit speak for spirit's self. I just intellectually didn't want to accept that. And I feel that's kind of what you're experiencing too, my beautiful Agate Crew. Maybe there's some things that intellectually you don't want to accept that you know have either got to go or have got to be accepted in order for you to step into this magician stage. Let's look at your tarot and find out. We are using Zeke's Arcana. I mentioned that it's one of my favorite decks of all time. It's already been shuffled. We're going to pull right off the top to see what it is that Spirit will like you to stop doing. Now, I am aware of the rampant nudity in this deck. I am prepared to cover the nudity with all of my crew's crystals. So my beautiful Agate Crew, you could have the most collaborative reading of anyone thus far. Let's see. This one wants to come as well, and so does this one. So let's place this here and let us creatively make room for this information. It's always like a little puzzle, making everything fit, making sure it can be seen. And right now, I'm having a little too much fun figuring it out. But is there such a thing as too much fun? My beautiful, beautiful Agate Crew. Leave it in the comments and let me know. Wow, we did it. Stunning. First we have the moon upright. Then we have the Knight of Swords upright. Then we have the sun. We have the Knight of Swords sandwiched like an Oreo between the moon and the sun, like Oreo filling to be specific. Wow, powerful. We have the Queen of Wands looking in that direction like, what's going on over there? We've got the Three of Wands. And we've got the Hanged Man. So something that has been consistent with all of my crews today, my beautiful crews, ugh, I love you, I want to squeeze you. I'm squeezing you. Is this Hanged Man energy. Everyone has either been put into a Hanged Man state by spirit or needs to accept that they need to stop trying to make things happen on their own. So like some have been resisting a Hanged Man state or some are just coming out of a Hanged Man state. That's what I'm trying to say. And we see the same is consistent here, my beautiful Agate Crew, in that what's going on is a huge amount of leveling up. By being honest, forthright in your self-awareness about who you are, you have gone from the moon to the sun. So you have self-revealed your own shadow. You have done incredible amounts of shadow work. You have been cultivating your strengths. You have been doing all the self-care. And if not actively doing it, although I hear that you are, you have had your consciousness and awareness tuned in so that in being present, it is having the same effect on your life by virtue of your very presence and awareness as that self-care would have. In other words, your consciousness has shifted sort of through your own will. You said, it's time for me to level up. And Spirit said, okay, you're leveling up. You went from the moon to the sun. And now with the Queen of Wands, you're looking in this direction. You're looking toward better days is what I'm hearing. And although this is meant to be a reading about what Spirit wants you to stop doing, there isn't really anything for you to stop doing because you've been listening to your intuition. You've been taking it moment by moment. You've been connected to your divine radar. You've been exploring your opportunities. And you've been patient with yourself and with the journey. So what Spirit wants to do is this. And for those who aren't viewing and maybe don't have sound turned on, I'm clapping. I'm clapping. I'm clapping because your entire spiritual team is saying, Agate Crew knows what's up. Agate Crew is doing the thing. The only thing that our beautiful Agate Crew has left to do is let go of the last remnants of self and prepare to quite literally step into the fifth dimension. This is incredibly powerful. I'm feeling like honored to be reading this energy. The beings that are listening, the souls, you do your own channeling, you do your own readings. You know, you talk to the plant spirits, you talk to disembodied souls. You know, you have lucid dreams and astral projection, and some of you are teachers, spiritual teachers with a higher degree of on-paper mastery than I can even say. And it doesn't have to be on paper either. So this is a beautiful thing. Let's step into your free channeling. And when I say free, I don't mean that it's at no cost. It certainly is at no cost. I mean free because it's not pre-written, not pre-designed. It's freestyle. That's what it is. So let's plop you right in. We didn't have any nudity after I gave that whole speech. That's very funny. All right, Spirit, what would you like to say to your beautiful Agate Crew, your beautiful advanced souls who are listening? And when I say advanced, I don't mean superior. I simply mean they've been on the road of progression very consistently over what we would call a long duration of time here on Earth. Thank you. That was the message. That was the message. I was expecting like a very long speech. This whole group, my beautiful Agate Crew, is all about upending my expectations. I expected nudity. I got none. I expected a long speech from Spirit. You got thank you. And then I heard that you're in contact with Spirit. It doesn't always turn out the way the little reader thinks it's going to. And I'm okay with that. That's what makes this adventure adventurous. So let's look at what's up next for you, my beautiful Agate Crew, because I'm very curious. I've got to know. I'm already seeing the blessings, even in the quote-unquote what Spirit wants you to stop, which it's not stop anything. It's keep trusting. Please keep trusting. I'm drawn to Zeke's Arcana again, so maybe we'll get some nudity this time. Oops. Maybe my expectations will be met this time. What can my beautiful Agate Crew expect up next in their adventure? With all the work they've been doing, we've got the Page of Swords, news of something. We've got the Page of Wands, more news, more insights. An offer and an opportunity. An offer and an opportunity. They may not be the same either. the King of Swords. So we upgraded real quick from the Page of Swords to the King of Swords. And the Two of Cups. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The voltage on this thing, you know, is the camera still recording? Like sometimes when it gets too powerful, technology starts to get kind of funny. We've got the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Two of Cups. What you've got coming up for you, my beautiful Agate Crew, is, well, I was going to say offers, but I'm hearing adventures. You've got adventures coming up. You've got things you can't see and you're not supposed to see them. What you're being asked to do is continue trusting and continue down the path that you're already on, which is you've been very careful to discern that path. You've been very careful to balance it between logic and intuition. You're radically balanced individual. And I even see that here with this Two of Cups, which is perhaps the most balanced depiction of the Two of Cups that we could have in this reading. The King of Swords is also incredibly balanced. Look at the symmetry here. I see symmetry. I see things coming into alignment that you can't imagine that have to do with self-expression, that have to do with truth, that have to do with your art. For some, it could be romance related. For very few, there's a divine counterpart coming in that it's a connection you've been working on or has been foreshadowed to you or you've been intuitively feeling for some time. In addition to that, for the rest of my beautiful Agate Crew, for those that does not apply to, who haven't been feeling that, that's not on the radar for, we can set that aside and understand that an offer and an opportunity are coming in to bring you great wealth and take you to a place that your soul has never been before. I wanted to say that none of us have ever been before. It's like you're leading the charge on a new wave of consciousness. And what you've been doing, the magic that you've been tapping into within yourself is really rather revolutionary. I mean, completely. Some of you are going to invent something technological. I was going to say levitating cars, but they're not going to look anything like the Back to the Future ones. I mean, in other words, they're not going to be DeLoreans. For others, it's going to be raising consciousness in others through teaching, through art, through performance, through conversation. Some of you have podcasts. Some of you have channels just like this one. And you will be approached with an offer. Ooh, that's an interesting way to say it because I don't know if the approach... No, it is going to be an approach. You're going to be approached with an offer to collaborate. And should you choose to accept it, which you'll know based off of your own discernment, it's going to take your own truth-telling, your own communication through your third eye and your throat. It's going to go mainstream. It's going to go mainstream. And that will bring beautiful emotional fulfillment. It'll be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. High School Musical was a big deal, okay? And it changed generations. It changed the world. That's what you're doing now, not high school. I mean, maybe. If you are, it's amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. But, or maybe you're even a high school teacher. Maybe you're even affecting high school kids. Maybe, are some of you like, I'm not doing anything that grand, little reader? Yes, you are. Even if you don't think that your role in this world is as grand as I'm saying, the effect that your presence on this planet is having is as grand as I'm saying. So for those who are high school teachers, you're making such a difference that you don't even know. And in any case, you're going to start knowing it real soon because the opportunity that's coming for collaboration is going to take you mainstream. Don't forget about us here at the Little Reader's House. We are rooting for you always. But I have a feeling you're not going to forget a thing. I think you remember a lot more than a lot of us do. You remember back to times that allow you to bring this knowledge and this insight back in. I also see, yeah, academia is quite a theme here. We have a lot of intellectuals. Intellectuals who combine their knowledge with intuition. And therein lies so much of the balance and so much of the power. So my beautiful Agate crew, Spirit wants you to keep doing exactly what you're doing. If you got to stop anything, stop not trusting. But I think you're quite beyond that. For now, we all have our cycles, but in this one, right here, right now, as this Wheel of Fortune turns, you are exactly where you need to be, exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing everything beautifully, harmoniously, and it causes us all great joy. So I thank you for that. If you've enjoyed this reading, please leave a like. If you want a key to the Little Reader's house to come back anytime and to be notified of these little communions with Spirit, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and that way you can see. It's like I'm technically coming to your house because I'm like ringing your doorbell when a new reading comes out. And then finally, the comments. Comments are my favorite thing because they remind me that we're all in this together, that we have community, that we're never alone, and that we're all on the same intergalactic mastery path, led by some incredible souls. So until we meet again, my beautiful Agate crew, I'm sending you all the love I got, and bye for now.